Here's a cutting board that I bought from some home goods store, and it was okay. It's a cheapie. It was 10 bucks, I think, if I remember right, and it's about probably 5 years old. And I don't know if you can tell. You probably can. I mean, it's pretty beat up. And also, my girlfriend put it in the dishwasher for just a little bit. I actually caught her doing it, and got it out in time so it didn't do real big damage, but it did crack right there. And the finish, there wasn't much of a finish on it when I bought it, but now whatever was there, I mean, it's completely gone. So I'm going to restore this cutting board. When I was in high school, I used to actually make these, and I still can. I just don't have a good wood shop right now. I live in a small house, and future plans, I'm going to have a wood shop and do wood shop videos. So first thing I'm going to do is fix this, and what I'll do is I'll get some wood glue, do my best to get it in there with, I'll blow it in with compressed air as best I can. I'll then leave a bunch of excess on the outside, and then go ahead and put pipe clamps on and clamp it and let it sit overnight. So that'll be step one. Step two will be sanding it. I'll do 80 grit, 100, 150, then stop at 220. Then I've never used this stuff before. I got it from a local big box hardware store. Howard cutting board oil, colorless, odorless, tasteless, food grade mineral oil, enriched with vitamin E. So I'm going to try this stuff out and see what it's all about. And then we should have a like new cutting board. Alright, so there's been a change of plans. I'm not going to be able to do anything I know of with this crack. Even with these big pipe clamps, I can't get the wood to compress, so I guess it's no big deal. Just sand it and refinish it and live with the crack. So the board is sanded all the way down to 220. Again, it went 80, 100, 150, 220. Did most of it with palm sander. Then did a little bit of hand sanding to finish it up, like inside this slot here. And the directions for the Howard cutting board oil are: use a clean cloth and apply the direction of the wood grain. Let it soak in for at least 20 minutes and wipe off any excess. To season a new cutting surface, apply 3 to 4 coats, which is what we're going to be doing. I'll put multiple coats on there. Again, for this, I think I'm just going to put some gloves on and use a shop towel. It's kind of my go-to method for putting stuff like this on instead of dealing with cloths. And we'll, the thing I love about a project like this is, again, I bought this at a home goods store for 10 bucks, and when I bought it, it wasn't even really that nice. So if you don't have the means to build a cutting board, which they're not hard to do, but you need, the proper equipment, which I don't have right now either. You can just buy one, and if you have a sander and some sandpaper and some oil, you can make it look 100% better than what the factory that made it had it looking like when you bought it. So it's a real fun, easy project. I'm only going to have about an hour into this whole thing. Now maybe it'll be longer than that with the oil, but it's about 45 minutes of sanding, and then we'll put the oil on, let it dry, and repeat. So let's get a towel here. Oh. Had a seal on it. See that? Pour some of this stuff on there. And what I'll do is, after each coat, I'll probably take like 300 grit sandpaper and go ahead and hit it lightly with the sandpaper, because when you apply this stuff, the grain of the wood's going to raise up. You're going to get those little fibers and stuff that'll come up out of the wood, and you just want to knock those down with Sometimes I use steel wool, or like I said, like a 300 grit sandpaper. Let's just go ahead and apply this all the way around. Alright, so that's what it looks like. That looks good. Try to get a close-up here of what that grain looks like. It makes all the difference once you put the oil on there, or whatever finish you're using. So, and I'll give it one last wipe down. Try to get my fingerprints off of it, and prop it up somewhere to dry for about 4 hours. Well, I ended up putting 3 coats of the oil on that cutting board. And that's the Howard cutting board oil. And I did a bunch of research. I think this is nothing more than fancy mineral oil. So from now on, I'll probably just get mineral oil. Here's how it turned out. And it looks pretty good. Just a couple dings here that I didn't sand out, and I knew that. I didn't want to sand too much material away. It's good enough. It's just going to get more. And that's the finished product. So that was a nice little project. All in all, probably 2 hours of total time. Nice and smooth too. Oh wow, it's like glass. So hope you guys enjoyed that. And Merry Christmas.